For this tutorial, we are going to take this photo of a wedding and we are going to isolate the coloring. So we're going to only have the color be on the flowers of this picture, and the rest of it we're going to create black and white. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this layer, the background layer, and we're going to duplicate it because we're going to make a black and white layer on top and a colored one on the bottom. So in order to duplicate this layer, there's two ways to do it. I can either right click on the layer and choose duplicate layer, or I can drag this layer down to this icon create new layer button and it will also do it. I'm going to go ahead and right click, duplicate layer, background copy is fine, click OK. So now I've got my background copy. So in order to create this background copy as a black and white, I'm going to go up to image and then choose adjustments, and from adjustments I'm going to choose desaturate. Saturation is the amount of color in a picture, and if we desaturate it then we'll strip it of all color. So now we have a black and white copy. We have a black and white copy on top, and if I turn the eyeball off I see that I have my color one below. So with the black and white one selected on top, what we're going to do is create a layer mask. With layer masks you can use the white and black paintbrushes to either subtract or add to the picture. In other words, if I use a black paintbrush, then I will actually be able to see through on those portions of the picture. So I'll click down here where it says add layer mask, and you'll see that there is a layer mask that shows up, and it is a white layer mask. So everything that's white will remain and everything that's black will disappear. Notice that I have a box around my layer mask. That indicates that I'm going to be drawing on my layer mask. Do not have the box be over the actual picture here, because if it's over the picture then the mask won't be active and you'll be actually coloring white or black on your picture. Make sure that you have a box around the layer mask, which is this white box. Now with my paintbrush tool, using a black brush, so I want black on top, and right now I've got white and black selected. If I just click this little double-headed arrow here, then it'll switch the colors, and now I have black on top, got my paintbrush, and I'm going to be wanting to paint this flower and these flowers here. So I want to kind of zoom in on those areas, so I'm going to use my magnifying glass and I'm going to draw a box around the thing that I want to be zoomed in on, and so now I've zoomed in on the areas that I want to be zoomed in on. Now I'm going to go back to my brush, and my brush is kind of small, so I'm going to come up here to my brush sizes and turn up the diameter. I'm going to check it out. It's still a little too small. Pull it up. That's pretty good. Mine's at 48. I just wanted a brush that was roughly this size. So now that I have a black brush selected and I'm on my layer mask, if I come in here and start painting, you'll see that the color is returning to the flower. So I can color over this. This one's easy because I have it on a black background, but I'm going to color beyond what I want to color. So I'll color in here. I'm even going to make a mistake and color in on her face there, just to show you that we can correct those mistakes. So in order to get rid of this, what I'm going to do is with my navigator, I'm going to move this so that the picture is more centered, and I'm going to zoom in once more a little bit on that area, and I'm going to take my brush and switch back to white. Now with white, this will take away the color, or it will bring back the original black and white to the picture. So if I paint over this again, then you'll see that the color is now disappearing. And now I can come in here and really get close to this flower, make sure that only the flower is the thing that is being colored. Now right here you'll see that there's a bit of color still right next to that flower, but my brush is too big to get to it, so I'm going to come up here and make my brush a little bit smaller, maybe even smaller than that, so that I can come in here and eliminate that color. And we want to just go in there and carefully eliminate. If you make a mistake, you can always just switch the color from black to white. Remember, white will bring it back, and black, will eliminate. Let me scroll down here now, and we're going to do this bouquet. With the bouquet, I'm going to use black so I can bring the color back, and I'm also going to bring my paintbrush back up to a big brush, and I'm going to start painting this. if these flowers were over anything but black and white, then I would have to be very careful and color really close and make sure I don't hit anything. But since it's over black and white, I can actually be a little careless and color really fast and not have to worry about going over things too fast because I'm coloring over black and white, so it's not going to be a big deal. I did, however, go and hit the skin again, and so you can see their skin tone that has come back up. So what I'm going to do right here where I went a little too far is switch back to white, get rid of that, switch back to black, make sure that I've got all the color back in here. Make sure you got the entire thing. I'm going to zoom back out to the original, and there you have it. You got a black and white photo, and you've got the color popping for the flowers. Once again, if these flowers were set against colors like over here, then you would have to be very, very careful when you go around this area with the brush. Since it's against black and white don't have any color in them, and so you can be a little bit more careless with your brushing. Up here you have to be a little bit more fine-tuned.